Amanda.
I'm Ben.
We're AutoSave. Welcome to our channel.
Today we're watching the Apothecary Diaries Season 2, Episode 11. Last episode, we met new ladies-in-waiting that we have.
We have 3.
Lady Gyokyu, yeah. Haku, Koku, and Seki.
Mm-hmm.
And that's exciting. I'm happy that we have more reinforcements. I trust them.
I'm also happy that we have more than one way to tell them apart.
Yeah, eye color. Definitely going to go off of that in my...
And I'm going to go off bangs.
That's fair. That's very, very fair. We learned about ghosts a little bit last episode. And also, Jinshi put a cup down on a table. I don't know what to read from that, but it gave me something to worry about.
It held a lot of weight, and as we know from the Apothecary Diaries, whatever happens in the last 50 seconds of the episode before the outro starts playing, you need to focus in on that because that is going to be important.
True. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Sweet. We haven't gotten wet yet.
Ooh, what was that facial expression? Just respect?
What a thing to reminisce about.
Almost feels like a ticking timer.
Tomorrow. What?
玉葉様、何かご用でしょうか。
用があるのは私ではなくて、
私の方だ。
Yeah, it is.
このものを数日返していただきたいと思いまして。
返して？
そういえば、翡翠宮に戻ってきたのは玉葉様の出産が終わるまでの特別処置だったっけ。
まあ困るわ。その間毒味はどうするの？
うちの次女を貸しましょう。
信頼できる方かしら。
Wow.
もちろん断れぬ筋から狩りに
A hunting trip by someone I can't turn down.
師匠様のお誘いです。
Oh.
お付き合いもそれでうちのマオマオを借り
My Mao Mao.
ええ、返していただければと。
マオマオじゃなくても
The possession.
うちには他にもいい子がいるわよ。
いえ、その娘を返していただけたらいいので。
どの子のことかしら。
ですからその娘を。
You're so funny.
さっきからその娘としか言わないのね。
それが何か？
Gyokyu, I love you so much.
はい。
あなたはマオマオのことをなんて呼んでるの？
シャオマオ。
私はシャオマオと。
じゃあ、あなたはマオマオのことをなんて呼んでるの？
Apothecary.
Honestly.
ああ、そういや一度も名前を呼ばれたことないな。
Wow.
なんでジンス様はそわそわしてるんだ？玉葉様の許可が下りたのは
30 minutes. She's so excited to talk to the Emperor about it tonight.
She looks for her fun anywhere she can find it. She makes her fun.
Wow, being invited to a hunt with Shisho.
その一文字で建国の物語を表して3つの刀のうち下2つに比べて大きい刀は北の大地四北州を指すって聞いてるのか。
バセン様。
We haven't seen Boston in a minute.
四北州だ。神師様を狩りに誘った師匠殿の一族が治めている土地だ。
自分のお膝元に狩りと称して呼びつけたわけか。
なんでこんな娘を父
上ね。今回ジンス様とは別の賓客として招かれているガオシュン様の代わりに付き人をするという。
そろそろ着くぞ。
Whoa. It's beautiful.
標高が高く涼しいこの場所を
So this would be where Laolin grew up.
毎年訪れていたという師匠様の一族が管理して
Not
い
many
るらしい。
bugs around here.
But when they go hunting, there might be a lot of bugs.
この部屋やたら暑いな。いつもより疲れているのだろうが限度がある。あれは頭巾。美しすぎるから遠出をする際に覆面が必要なのか。
He's supposed to be this sickly, seldom seen
室内ではいつ
prince.
も通りでいい。外では光線と。
かしこまりました。光線様。
はて、 何か変わった思考
Not
でも
Jinka?
それについては
本来はもう少し差がつきそうな間柄だが。
マーの一族は代々光仙様の一族にお仕えする。胸が同じなのは当然だ。
Wow.
やっぱりジンス様はいいとこの出なのか。
This is wild.
父上ということでしょうか。
He didn't realize she didn't know.
シャオマオは例のことは何一つし
He's like, for such a bright girl.
いずれジンス様が直接お伝えする。
いやしかしいくらなんでも
何をやっているのだ。
Father-son
とりあえ
conversation.
ず荷物の片付けでもするか。窓
Just
く
a
らい
cube
開け
of
たらいかが
ice.
でしょう。
いやいい。とりあえず夕げの毒味をしてみろ。
お
してみればわかる。
俺はすっぽんですか。
そ
Whoa.
のようだな。
なんというか精のつきそうなものばかりですね。
わかっただろう。
食べないのですか。毒ではありませんが。
毒でなくても食うものではない。
では残しても怪しまれるので私が食べてもよろしいでしょうか。
うまいかそれは。
美味しいですよ。すっぽん以外も美味しいと思いますけど、本当に食べなくてよろしいのですか。
食べていいのか。
ほう、もともとジンス様のお食事です。
本当にいいのか。
何なんだ。
では
Like the actual seriousness that this is being taken of because of who we're here for is crazy.
ただ
ただ
Oh, he's
なぜ
lightweight.
この娘は平気なのです。
なぜと言われましても。
That's just how I'm built.
失礼いたします。私は部屋に。
お若いとは大変である。
あ
Oh.
ここで寝かせてやれ。俺はこいつの部屋で寝る。
Aw.
ちゃんと部屋まで運びますので。
Finally wet.
できるとは贅沢だな。
You're waiting for that last thing from the intro.
確か
Yeah.
狩りか。筒がなく終わるといいけど。
Oh gosh. This is like Robert Baratheon.
俺が例の
Oh, what?
小型だな。最新式だ。飛距離と命中精度も上がってこれなら森の中でも狙える。ここであの方には
Oh my
We're
god.
just talking about the animals.
The animals for the hunt. Mm-hmm.
狩りは宿から30分馬に揺られ、徒歩で1時間山を登った高台で行われる。お偉方が捕まえた獲物をその場で調理するという趣向のようだ。
On the spot. We need to be careful cooking over the fire. What about the wood we use?
なかなかいい森だな。いい感じに薬草やキノコが生えていそうな。
It's so
大きな滝でもあ
odd
るのか。
traveling in the show.
あれは
What are you doing here?
こんにちは。あ、長男。どうしたんだこんなとこで。
ちょっとご指名があったもの
I
で。
feel a little safer knowing that Lihaku is here, honestly.
Yeah.
俺もよ、ご指名で護衛に入ったんだけど、犬の面倒でも見てろって。
You're happy about it.
他の気ぐらいの高い護衛たちに追い出された口だろう。最近どんどん出世しているようだが、その分風当たりは強くなる。
Mm-hmm.
自分下手ですね。
黙らしちゃい。いいんだ、これがあるからな。
Ooh.
賢いですね。
だろ、場合によっちゃ何里離れてもやってくるらしいぞ。
犬が犬を撫でてる。
What a sight. He can be summoned from miles away.
快適に過ごすのも一苦労だな。
Is that all melted water from
like
the
the
こ
ice?
んな暑苦しいのにずっと覆面をつけて料理にも手をつけないつもりか。上座に座っていればこの中で一番の乗客ということなのだろう。
No, don't think about it, Momo.
四北州の長でこの狩りの主催者だ。何か言われたのか。いや、あのやたら外面のいい宦官があんなあからさまな態度を取るだろうか。もしかするとこの暑さのせいで今は何もするなと。
シャモ。
はい。光線様。周りには誰もいません。
誰か来るかもしれない。
ああ、めんどくせえ。そんなに人目が気になるなら見えないところへ行けばいいでしょう。
Holy shit.
暑い。やはりのぼせている。早く持ってきた水を。
薬よ、お前に話したいことがある。
Is now the time? They're alone.
いつかは言わねばと思っていた。俺は本当は
Holy shit.
硫黄の匂い。
フェイファが悪い。少し驚かせる。
Oh my god.
This may startle you a bit.
滝壺を探すか。この高さならどうせ助からん。それよりフェイファを隠しておけ。
50メートル近くある崖を飛び降りるとは無
I
茶
mean, you're getting shot at though.
錯乱したのかと思いました。
うまく飛び降りれば溺れない限りそうそう死なない。
ええ、
Probably.
溺れない限り。
なんだ。
見苦しい姿ですみませんが、このままだと風邪をひきますので。ジンス様のも絞りますので脱いでいただけますか。
自分でやる。お前のも貸せ。俺の方が力があるだろう。
ほう。よかった。さっきより体調は良さそうだ。
The water definitely cooled him
悪
down.
そうだけど。ジンス様。粗末なもので申し訳ありませんが、食していただけますか。
何かの薬か。
朝毛に出された吹きです。
Butterbur.
おやつにしようと持ってきたものですが、今のジンス様には追いかけてくるときにジャンや砂糖を混ぜた水を持ってきたのですが、滝の上に
I was
置い
wondering
て
what
き
she
てしま
put
った
in
の
it.
で、暑さと水分不足で頭が痛かったのではありませんか。のぼせは引いているみたいですが、念のために塩を取ってください。
そういうことなら。お前も食え。
いただきます。あれは一体何だったのでしょうか。
フェイファだな。
フェイファ。
戦で使う火薬を使った武器だ。一回撃つごとに準備が必要になる。それが間を置かずに2発撃たれた。
They have two of them?
犯人は複数いたということですか。一体誰に何を恨まれているんだ。
Great leading question.
奥の天井に穴がある。
それはガオシュン様は知っているのですか。
知らないかもな。バセンなら知っているが、すぐに気づくかどうか。
Interesting.
穴に向かって大声で助けを呼ぶのはどうでしょう。
よほど近くに寄らないと聞こえない。一日中叫び続
Can
け
either of them
誰か
whistle?
気づくかもしれないが。なんだ。
いえ、何も。人士様を踏み台にしたことが睡蓮様にバレたら。
Jesus.
お前が下になったら潰れるぞ。やれ。
I can't get over his bangs being different for
お
this.
前もっと太ったらどうだ。
ぬるぬるして湿っているが、指を引っ掛ければ。なんだカエルか。痛くない。失礼しました、ジンス様。
Okay, that was the Apothecary Diaries, Season 2, Episode 11. Oh my god, what an episode. What the fuck?
It definitely feels like a part 1. It feels like next episode is gonna be like... It almost feels weird to start talking about it now, I think, is what I'm feeling. Like, I feel like I want to talk about what's happening here once I see whatever I assume a part 2 would be, the finishing off of being stuck in this behind the waterfall cave.
To put the idea on the table for me to finally be able to see Jinshi telling Mao Mao who he actually is had left me so impatient this episode. I was like, oh my god, it's gonna happen? Are you fucking kidding me? Is it actually gonna happen? Is it really gonna happen? Is it gonna happen this episode? Like, what's gonna happen? What? This, though, what ended up happening was... You don't need to say anything, Jinshi. I don't need it anymore. Just what the fuck?
We got something that was able to kind of outweigh on the scale him telling Mao Mao the truth in some regard. Obviously, overarching comment, we would love Mao Mao to learn the truth in this room. We want that.
Of course.
She may not completely want to, like, look behind the mask, peel back the curtain, and kind of actually face the things that if she wanted to face, she would have realized a long time ago. But I want it.
I have to, like, it's genuinely commendable that Mao Mao is able to be so subconsciously oblivious.
It's a talent.
It truly is. Especially, like, I love it in the terms of, like, the gunshots, right? It's not just one shot. There are multiple assailants. That ups the priority of, and like, who the fuck are they trying to put all this work into trying to assassinate, you know? And obviously we know why, or at least how smart the Emperor is for not coming, if his suspected reason for not coming to the hunt was potential, you know, fear of being assassinated. Do you think that it's from the camp of Shisho?
If it's not Shisho himself, it's someone else in the clan. Probably to some guess I would have is that would be the case, that just even if it's not him, like, a clan is many people who might have their own ideas that are different than maybe the head of the clan. Maybe they want the head of the clan to do something and he hasn't. I don't know. It could be Shisho. He could be behind it all. I don't feel good about him in general, so I feel okay to be slightly suspicious of him.
Yeah.
I'm suspicious of Shisho. I don't know if I'm suspicious like he set up the guns being here in this moment, but I am suspicious of him as a whole.
Definitely. I mean, we have so much reason to be, and the connection to Laolin is very interesting as well. Man, where do you think that there are ramifications that are going to happen to Shisho's camp? Or, like, okay, let's say that Shisho was behind it. Let's say it was manufactured from the top down. Would you try to play coy in a more intelligent way, that once we have Jinshi and Mao Mao back, if they choose to tell people about the attempt, would Shisho then respond in a way that's like, oh, whoever would do this, even if he's, like, in on it, and then be, like, persecute people just to keep up the image?
100% he would have a proxy. If he was in charge of the situation, or he was at least then suspicious that someone of his clan had been a part of it, he would set up some sort of proxy and or say, like you said, oh, this person is it, we're gonna punish them. He would do some sort of display of respect and honor, and how dare this happen to someone of the royal family, like, while they're visiting my area where my clan is. Like, yeah. I would never stand for this.
It's so interesting in terms of the Jinshi Mao Mao dynamic, because at the moment, a lot of it is one-sided when talking about how much thought has gone into the other. Whether from the beginning of the episode, we're recounting what has been said about Mao Mao and what Mao Mao is to Jinshi, and then actually taking strides in wanting to tell Mao Mao this. On Mao Mao's end of things, I'm trying to imagine what the reaction or lack thereof would be, right? Obviously, there would be a reaction to who Jinshi is, of course, but would Mao Mao inherently change how she acted towards Jinshi immediately based off of finding out who he is? I would imagine that, like, immediately, probably, until Jinshi would say otherwise, but having to learn, like, Mao Mao's very good at being respectful towards people who are in places above her, and she's very careful about that. So I wonder how that would even change the dynamic.
I at the moment feel like it wouldn't, purely because they've already gone through this. She already treated him in a way that he was a status above her, and she already went through a time period of giving him that kind of respect and etiquette that she was supposed to give someone of a higher status, and even having dialogue bringing up the fact that she was much lower than him. They're like so much more easy to just kill, that conversation. I feel like because they've already been through their differences in status in this world, even if his status was different actually than what she thought it was, they've still already been through this. I feel like nothing really would actually change, like fundamentally. Maybe for like 5 minutes, maybe when they're around other people, it might, just because she has the etiquette and the knowledge to act a certain way anyway.
I cannot believe the amount of thought that went into this assassination attempt too, because one would almost think that you would do it while hunting, so it could be perceived as a hunting accident, but it was so thought through that they accounted for Jinshi not eating or drinking anything to the point of exhaustion, so he would leave and then take advantage of it,
But then what do you say after that? Oh, there was a random group out hunting and they thought he was a deer? Like, what they can't. I doubt it would get to the place where Shiso is allowed to take the body and not show it to anyone and be able to say, oh, he died because he fell into the waterfall.
Yeah.
You would see the body and find the gunshot. I doubt he would be able to send it to like his coroners or his doctors and have it kind of be all secretive and no one can actually see the body to see how Jinshi actually died.
Yeah.
But I think I want to go back to one of your questions just really briefly that you had posed a couple minutes ago, which was like, how would Mao Mao and Jinshi handle this failed attempt upon coming back? Are they going to tell anyone? And I like that question, that idea of like, once they get out of here, which I assume they're going to get out of here, do you then go be like, hey, we were shot at?
Is there proof? Like
exactly. Is there proof? But also, what good things would you even gain from saying, hey, we were shot at? I feel like you wouldn't. You would tell Basen and Gaoshin, you would tell them, maybe Lihaku, because Lihaku and Jinji have already had a more intimate conversation of like, here I am, here you are, I might call upon you in the future kind of vibe. So I feel like Lihaku can be trusted here. We'll tell who we trust here, but I don't think we would like tell everyone.
Yeah, that's fair. Speaking of Lihaku, I imagine that he's going to be the one to find us along with the dog. Like the dog will be responding to Mao Mao's whistle and he will be very quickly behind it. I thought
she tried it, but she gave this like energy like she didn't believe it would actually work. Like she was kind of like, whistle, I mean,
Yeah.
Like she didn't actually think he would hear it or that it would work or her whistle was loud enough.
I would love the bit that Lihaku shows up before the dog, but I don't think I can expect it because he himself is a dog petting the dog. Yeah, but god damn. Okay, I'm not too experienced in terms of romance, in terms of shows or animes or manga. I end up getting excited and so like bashful seeing a scene like at the end of this episode, thinking of every other close interaction they've had when Jinshi was a little drunk and like holding her close, right? I don't know what to expect from it almost, because there's a difference of, we're not trying to confess feelings, we're trying to confess who we are, and past who we are and why we want to confess that. Yeah, there are feelings of importance there, but it's not necessarily I'm gonna like kiss you and we're going to be romantic together going forward at all, you know?
Yeah, because if anything, that might be more startling to Mao Mao than jumping into a waterfall, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, so like you had brought up, like obviously feelings are important to bring up when you realize and are able to identify within yourself that that's how you feel. Obviously, if that was the sort of situation we were in, that would hold a lot of importance. But like you said, we have something that I feel like at the moment in the story holds even more importance than any budding possible feelings between the two of them. And that is obviously like Jinchi being like, Mao Mao, this is who I am. And him
Yeah.
getting to tell her himself. Obviously, there's been a lot of importance. Like, yeah, Basen, make sure you don't say it because, like, I'm holding it a secret too, so Jinchi can be the one to tell her. But this isn't really the position and even maybe the scenario that Jinchi would have ever imagined would be the scene of him being like, Mao Mao, this is who I really am. I'm the prince.
It's just insane to see the importance of Mao Mao and telling her this to Jinchi, because Jinchi is on a political trip to appease someone to go on a hunting trip. He is sitting there eating and in dizzy, and he's about to faint, and still on his mind, still before even drinking what Mao Mao has made him, before they get shot, what's on his mind?
Mhm.
Telling her who he is.
The favorite, this the like you're bringing up, the thing that is on his mind the most right now is almost we're being shown, yeah, it's dangerous. You sat by a rock and were about to tell her the truth. You had your guard down because you were ready to be vulnerable to tell her the truth, and what happened? Guns started firing at you. Like, it's dangerous that his mind is wandering and traveling to something other than I'm in almost like enemy territory at the moment, being invited on this hunt.
Yeah. What did you think about the lines from Jinchi about where they are, and Goshin might not know what that route would lead to, but with time, Basen would.
Yeah, I imagine that they sort of tried to look over a map or walk it themselves.
Like,
prior.
we get the line earlier in the episode, we, the Ma clan, have served Master Kosen, he's so quick at picking it up, family for many generations, and we get the importance of them. And then, in terms of him noticing, like, we've seen them practice together and spar, and it's just really interesting that he would know.
See, yeah, I don't know if it's because they're closer in terms of, like, peers that he would know, or if because of Basen's kind of role on this trip, he would have been able to kind of get away with going or walking around a little bit more, or exploring a little bit more.
There's also a possibility that Jinshi's been here before. Maybe as a kid, him and Basen have traveled here on other expeditions to visit the Shisho family.
That's true.
And they have been around this waterfall. He's maybe jumped through it before, so knew the risks, and that's why Basen would know.
That's fair. He did seem to have a lot of faith that the water would be deep enough that the only issue would be drowning.
There were a lot of details in this episode that I really liked too. The food that we were eating, that even after being tasted, we let Basen eat it. The soft shell turtle. Near us, I mean, that's just, okay, whatever. Soft shell crab. I am not the biggest fan of soft shell crab, but
I've never tried it.
I know tons of people who adore it. I like hard shell crabs in particular.
Yeah.
But if anybody is listening to this or watching this, I would love to know what your opinions on soft shell foods are. I just think the discussion around it's really awesome, because some people are immediately turned off by it, and some people have just opinions on the texture and the different types of food. And I'm really interested if anybody has any outward opinions they'd like to share about them.
For me, it's because I like crabs, obviously, it was the one thing. I'm a vegetarian, but my dad was very saddened by me becoming a vegetarian. And so to appease him in a funny way, even I liked crab, so I was kind of okay with this arrangement that we had. But anytime it was like crab time and he had crabs, he would prepare some for me and kind of like, hand it to me from behind, and I would be like, okay,
Yeah. Oh, I like the detail of the cubes of ice to try to cool down the rooms. And it seemed like in that eating environment, all of the cubes had
Because
melted.
there were so many people in there. It's
yeah,
probably because of the amount of people in there that the ice melted faster.
that's so true.
I wonder what was said to him by Shisho that had that reaction that Mao called an attitude.
That's such a good point. I wonder if, because that had happened very closely to him actually exiting, and could have just added on to the dizziness
made
and
it worse.
yeah,
Spurred on.
What do you have any guesses?
He might have brought up Laolin. He might have brought up like the Emperor in a way that's like, has the Emperor, visited Laolin enough? Or, oh, if the Emperor is no longer the Emperor, Laolin would be your concubine. Something that maybe it's to do with Mao, like, oh, is this your, the idea of like, oh, if the Emperor is not going to take Mao, maybe Jinshi should take Mao.
I don't know. But okay, his attendant doesn't seem like he's reacting or even looking at all she shows.
That like outwardly should spark such an issue.
Do you think Basen is reacting to Jinshi's reaction or to what was said? Because Basen has his own reaction.
It almost seems like
situation.
He's reacting to Jinshi. He's reacting to Jinshi not being able to play it cool here.
Yeah.
They're probably so used to Jinshi being put into situations where he is so talented at continuing to play his role and his part, and it's probably like a surprise, like, oh shit, the heat is getting to him. There's a break in the character here. There's a break in him being able to reply respectfully without seeming like the heat is affecting him. But yeah, I'm not surprised that he ends up getting up shortly after something is said to him that seemingly is creating a lot of emotions or issues within him.
Let's see. I'm glad that Lihaku is going up the ranks. Obviously, it seems like there's some consequences that come with it in terms of like play.
Which it makes a lot of sense that he would be negatively treated by some.
Yeah. But I think my favorite moment of the episode, other than the obvious ending of the episode, was Gyokyu. Gyokyu it continues to be one of the best characters in the series. Like, she loves just fucking with Jinshi, and I love it to death. And I think that a lot of it comes down to her relationship with the Emperor.
Yeah, that and just like, I feel like because I don't even know where to go with this other than there's so many elements of her other than the fun that she's able to find with watching other people's. I wonder if it's because of other people's romantic feelings or crushes that is why she's so into Jinshi and Mao's interactions, because it takes me back to Lady Fuyu getting to be with her childhood love.
Yeah.
And Gyokyu's reaction being like, Mao doesn't make me a bad person to be envious here. Maybe it's because of seeing kind of a true love blossoming that she's so invested in. It's almost like TV for her. Like, this is something for her to really enjoy, and it feels really good to enjoy. It's fun to mess with it a little bit, mess with Jinshi a little bit, some good teasing, because she kind of probably feels some sort of like big sister energy to both of them. But whatever it is, it's something that I love about her as well. She has a lot of fun here.
Yeah. Man, great episode. Do you have anything else?
Just that Mao is the brightest star in the room, except when it comes to even noticing that Jinshi's bangs are seemingly different in some scenes where he doesn't have the hat or the, mask on, and like, I would be like, wait, why are your bangs like that? Are you trying to be this Kosen person? It looks kind of the same when he has the hat on, but in other scenes, I'm like, I love her. She's brilliant. She's smart. And she's told us before that when something isn't necessarily one of her intense interests, she doesn't pay as much attention to it. And so I do find like her kind of shock. We've seen her run into action upon immediately noticing something, realizing something. And so it is almost a little bit refreshing to see the shock for her at the gunpowder, that this is something that came so out of left field to her. She was probably so ready to like give Jinshi what he needed so he felt better, and then I guess hear what he wanted to say, that it did catch her majorly off guard.
I mean, Mao Mao's knowledgeable about a lot of things, but
Mhm.
the idea of like FIFA and you know, arms like that,
Mhm.
that's a totally different ball game because it has to do with expense, it has to do with priority. It's a completely different
Mhm.
environment than Mao Mao's used to.
Yeah, and it's like in this episode we're having things like that are like things that obviously Jinshi is more privy to, and why he might be more privy to this information, or not even for that he's interested in it, he needs to know it for safety. But also the idea that we're learning other things that he can do that Mao Mao can't in a more simple fashion, like just swimming.
Yeah.
She can't swim, he can.
That's a privilege in itself. I think that speaks in the society standard or placing that you would be in.
Mm-hmm.
Whew. All right. I guess we got our first kiss, kind of. Not really, though. Yeah.
Yeah, that... I wanted to look over at you so bad. I think I did, like, a little bit. I did sneak a peek probably over at you during that, because once it started, I was like, oh my god. Lips are touching lips. Hold on, wait. Let me regain my composure. What's that? Oh, CPR. Okay.
You know what's
okay.
interesting to me? I have a very like disassociated like feeling or response whenever anything like that is shown in a TV show or movie. Even in what was it? Like my older siblings used to show me like the Sandlot movie,
Oh,
and I
yeah,
think that was a plot point, but my mother teaches CPR, and I've learned CPR from a young age. So for some reason, my mind doesn't immediately go like, oh, they're touching lips.
It's
Oh
like,
my god,
like
it's
an
like
indirect kiss in anime. You know, oh, they
it doesn't go there
drank
for
out
me.
of this drink, and
See,
then now
that
I'm drinking out of this
I
drink.
would be the first one to stand up if they drank out of the same cup. But when it's CPR, I'm like, oh no, like this is just objective. Like
Yeah,
there's
yeah,
no
like,
feelings
you-
attached. Yeah.
Which is because of your experience
Uh-huh.
that you're able to disassociate in that way. Because me, I'm like, lips are touching. But I think what we've brought it back to is just, I feel like we'll agree with this statement. We love romance. We get giddy and excited, and we want to stand up, and we want more of it. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. We hope to see you next time.